And President Biden visiting the Middle East, including a stop in Saudi Arabia. And now the widow of a murdered journalist assassinated at the Saudi consulate is speaking out ahead of that visit. Now, what we know is that the Washington Post reporter Jamal Khashoggi, you've heard his name, he was an open critic of the Saudi Arabian government back in 2018. He was ambushed and killed when he walked into the Saudi embassy in Istanbul. His wife is now speaking out. We're hearing more about her. And she spoke to our Kelly Meyer in a NewsNation exclusive.
Adrienne, we sat down with her just steps away from the White House after she met with senior White House officials on the same day President Biden was leaving for his trip to the Middle East, including a stop in Saudi Arabia.
Hanan Elatr Khashoggi, widow of slain Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi, today walking the halls of the White House complex, making her case to top aides, asking for justice, not just for her slain husband, but for others detained by the authoritarian regime.
I believe and I'm confident President Biden can do a lot for Jamal Khashoggi, but at least the minimum to ask immediate release for the all opinion prisoner and not to ban them from traveling.
It was Hanan's first visit to the White House since her husband's brutal murder, a killing U.S. intelligence says was approved by Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, the de facto leader of the country known as MBS, who President Biden is set to meet face-to-face with on Friday in Saudi Arabia. The White House isn't saying whether the president will bring up Khashoggi's death in that meeting. Even so, Hanan says the people responsible are already paying a price.
Do you hope that the president brings up your husband by name in his meeting with MBS?
Of course, yes. I want to say something. I feel they did not kill my husband. My husband killed them. They will live with a scar in their face about this crime, regardless who involved in his crime.
The trip has sparked outrage from critics who say the president, now taking political heat for high gas prices in the U.S., is mending fences with the country he labeled a pariah in the wake of the Khashoggi killing, even as he tries to convince the kingdom, the world's biggest oil exporter, to up production and drive down prices.
The basic thrust and purpose of our policy with respect to Saudi Arabia has been to recalibrate the relationship, but not rupture it.
Hanan says she is not yet convinced that MBS approved the killing, despite the conclusion by U.S. intelligence that he did. At the same time, she says she is worried about the fate of others still inside the kingdom, including a son of husband Jamal. Hanan says she is also a target, harassed by the Saudis and their allies in the region.
My movement is very limited, but is not normal. I don't have the pleasure of normal life anymore.
But despite concerns for her own safety, she tells us she doesn't plan on stopping, sharing her husband's story.
President Joe Biden and his administration try as much they can to keep this legacy by different terms, but I'm guiding them. I'm lighting the way for them by talking in behalf of my husband.
And President Biden is defending his trip, saying he can balance both human rights and energy security. He mentioned that in an op-ed that he wrote in the Washington Post. That's the same newspaper that Khashoggi worked for. Adrienne?
All right, Kelly, thank you. And thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.